What up, dude, bro? Spud Adventure Miller. Buzbee reviews are continuing with the Reaper, another Buzbee product that is considered one of their best. This is a very unique pistol, but it's overall pretty cool. It's a reshell of another Buzbee product. I don't remember what it is, but I personally think this one looks cooler. To me, it looks like kind of not really a 1911, but kind of a traditional 45 mixed with a crisp vector. It reminds me of Roblox gun from G.I. Joe Retaliation. So external overview, starting up the front, of course, no instruct barrel lug. Again, this is a Buzbee blaster. Up above, we do have the priming handle, which is this entire green part, the prime. You do that. The prime stroke is pretty smooth, and this actually does have a really nice power outage. So it's overall a very nice and smooth prime. And of course, it's very easy for like if some people like possibly like to complain about the strong arm. Like I can't seem to find the priming handle when I'm looking over here. You can't really miss that. It's impossible. And then of course down below we do have the magazine. To remove the magazine, you got the prime blaster back, and then strike the very awkward Buzbee prime mag release like that. Include the magazine is an 8-round magazine, but this is of course compatible with Dart Zone and Nerf mag. So like an example, a Nerf dart with a Nerf mag works just fine. But they can't gravity drop exactly like this one can. And then of course, like I said, a Dart Zone mag will fit in there good. I think the only magazine that doesn't really work in this is like the drums. I think those are the only ones that don't really work. But why would you need a drum when you're just using a pistol like that? And then of course down to the trigger. The trigger pull is nice clean release, and this blaster does not have slam fire. It does not have a trigger lock though, so you can't just do that. And it's a pretty stupid thing. Unless this is a high velocity blaster that you don't want to dry fire, but this you can dry fire all day. Now back to the grip. The grip is pretty comfortable. It does feel a little small, but it's not bad. It's honestly just being disproportionate to the rest of the blaster, which is really front heavy, but that does make it kind of easy to spin, even though it's awkward to catch because you have this area which really reminds you of a crisp vector to where your hand is kind of stuck there. But it's not bad. But that's an external overview of the Buzbee Reaper, or Air Warriors Reaper. Now I will show you it firing. Once again, going at it with Dart Zone waffle head darts because I don't have any of the Air Warriors long distance darts because those things are honestly pretty god awful. How can you beat that accuracy? Just going a little faster with the Dart Zone mag. Not Nerf darts with Nerf mags. Do it again. But overall, not bad. So firing this thing is pretty fun. I had a few jams, but I think that was just because I was probably racking it too fast for it to handle because the breech system is a little complicated inside. Well, not that complicated, but I don't think this breech system was really designed to go like insanely fast. But I could be wrong. But overall, it was a fun firing this thing, and its performance is actually good too. I believe with average, this thing could shoot around 80 FPS, and you could actually see that as it hits the wall. Like it hits with a pretty good amount of power. So that is all the objective information I could provide in this blaster. Not in my personal opinion, which is actually positive. I like the Reaper blaster. It's a very fun blaster. I would hesitate to call it a sidearm. This definitely does feel more primary worthy, and that's just because of its overall size, because you can't really holster this. This is definitely worthy enough to be used as a primary, but it would be a weird primary, especially with its overall size, but it works, and it's a fun blaster. Like, you just throw a sling on it and treat it more like a secondary than anything, instead of like a dedicated sidearm that you would holster. But it's overall a very fun blaster. It's very fun to use in wars, and it just feels really smooth to rack that slide. But thank you guys so much for checking out my video. We will continue next week with more Buzbee blasters, and I will see you again. Stay tactical.